be able to watch the Lynx this season? I saw you guys went to a game. Obviously, you had Rachel here for a while, but especially the season they're having, just how much has that helped you?
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, anytime a Minnesota team does well, I think it's a big thing for the state. And it's funny, we always joke, like, it's time, it's Minnesota's time now. Obviously, the Wolves made a run. Minnesota women's hockey, the professional team won it. So I think it's just a really good time for Minnesota sports right now.
Yeah, it's super fun, and they just won the Commissioner's Cup last night. And I remember when I was younger, they went on that when they won like 3 championships. So it's kind of like bringing that feeling back. So it's super fun.
Both of you, what was it like navigating NIL? I mean, Mara in particular, Dawn said she knows you were contacted. I mean, presumably, did both of you get bigger money offers to go elsewhere? And you said, no, I bleed maroon and gold, I'm staying home?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that's impacted the game right now. I mean, we see that nationwide. It's a big factor in a lot of people's decisions. But I think, I have good people around me that kind of keep me grounded in the sense where, for me, there's bigger things than that. Just the loyalty and being able to stay home and play in front of, the people I love. And I love Minnesota. We love Minnesota. So there are those opportunities. But for me, that's just not as important.
Yeah, NIL has been crazy. It's been increasing a lot, but yeah, it's kind of like Totem. I've had a lot of people in my life just like centering me. Like my dad, he navigates that for me, and like she said, like we're loyal to the maroon and gold. There's nowhere else we'd rather be, and no money could really change that.
Kind of becoming a Wayzata like gathering here on the squad. You added another person from your old high school team. Just what's it been like seeing them again and playing at the college level?
Ani's great. We love her. She's a great person, great family. Obviously, I played for her mom in high school. Know that family really well. So for her to come here and being a part of the team is really big for us. She's a great leader, great person. She just adds to the culture, and I think she'll add another piece too on the court that's a little different than what we have. So really excited to have her.
The addition of Taylor, you played with her, you played against her. What do you think she'll bring?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to be back on the court with Tay. I've played with her forever, since like 6th grade in AAU and then all the way through high school. So I'm excited to have her back on the court. Again, I think she'll bring a different look to the game. She's a bigger guard, plays defense really hard, can score. She plays hard all the time. So I think she'll just be a good impact on the team.
You guys were, I think, probably a tournament team when you got hurt last year. You got all 5 of your top scorers back, rebounders, minutes, players back. What is the expected jump from sophomore to junior year?
Yeah, I think we saw the potential. I think a lot of people saw what can be, and obviously we went through a lot of adversity. But I think any team's got to go through that at some point, and it was unfortunate. It sucked for a while, but I think we saw strides, especially we ended the season pretty well. We got to see a little glimpse of, I think, what everyone's going to see this season. So we're excited to add some new pieces. I think that'll really benefit us, and we've got a lot of different types of players, but I think it'll be fun to see us all mesh.
Maya, late in the year, you went on some runs where you kind of took over games and became a scorer. How important was that, and how much confidence does that give you now here this time of year and then looking forward to the fall?
Yeah, I mean, it gave me a lot of confidence, and like me and Mara were talking how like that's going to help her on the court. It'll open looks up for her too. Like she doesn't have to have all that pressure on her to be the one to constantly getting all these points. Like we all can do that too. But yeah, it definitely gave me a lot of confidence, and kind of what she talked about, like towards the stretch, like everybody showed out, everybody showed what they can do, and we showed potential of what we can be and carry that into next year. So just super excited for that.
You mentioned the growth of Minnesota sports, but then this year you add some Minnesota talent back, and pretty much I think it's like 2/3 of the 70% of the rosters from the state of Minnesota.
It's like 10 people.
Yeah. What's that like for you guys, just to play with so many girls that, and Coach Blitzo, I mentioned it, pushing this program forward as a whole, just what's that like for you guys?
It's exactly what we wanted and kind of what we planned for. Obviously coming in under Coach Way, who's from here, Coach Kelly, so it was just like, I don't know, it's kind of a full circle moment that, all right, we came in, we wanted this to kind of be where the best Minnesota players end up to play for the hometown. And so now to have these people coming back and realizing that maybe they shouldn't have left in the first place is kind of fun for us, and to be able to play with, people I've played against or people I've played with. So I think it's kind of cool to be able to show, like, this is the place to be.
Yeah, super. Oh, no, it's all good. Super excited. I remember growing up, I'd watch like a bunch of people in high school and like in the state, and then they would go off to other schools and not stay here. So I think for us to stay and then for people to come back to stay will show a lot to young girls like, hey, you could stay in your state and do big things as well.
Along that same kind of line, in this era where it feels like every team is turning over the entire roster year to year with transfers, the core stayed together. How much of an advantage? I mean, obviously cohesion helps, but there's other teams that are going to have to spend all summer building that where you're kind of just picking up where you left off last year. How much of an advantage is that?
Yeah, that's a super big advantage. I mean, we've been together for 3 years now, and that's 3 years you're building a relationship off the court, and that's 3 years you're learning how to play with each other on the court. And then, yeah, we do have some new transfers and freshmen coming in, but we can definitely get chemistry with them. We've already been hanging out with them a lot, getting to know their game a lot. So I think that's a big advantage. I think the biggest advantage is the fact that we have our own relationships off the court, and that's going to show on the court.
Last year at this time, you're all learning the system, the coaching staff, and now you kind of know what the expectation is in terms of how practice is run and film study, all that stuff. How important is that now just to be a step ahead, and then maybe with these newcomers, you can, in addition to just the coaches helping, you guys can help?
Yeah, that's super beneficial that we're on year 2. We know Donnie P's expectations. We know her style. We know what she expects. We know all that, how things are ran around here. And so there's like maybe 8 of us who are back. I don't remember the exact number. And so we can help the new people coming in and the freshmen coming in and lead them through that. And the fact that we just know what to expect already puts us ahead. Like, we got that year behind. We had our learning experience. So I think it'll help us a lot.
Are you 100% cleared with the foot? You had the setback right at the
Yeah.
end of the season. What was it like just overcoming that, and are you 100% cleared now?
Yeah, I mean, working closely with doctors and trainers I'm in practice now, getting to experience, summer workouts for real this time. Like last year I was traveling a lot, and so this year getting settled in and being with the team for the whole summer will be really, really exciting for me, and just gaining that confidence back, and foot's feeling good, so it's been really positive.
I'm wondering, both of you, Mara and Maya, what's your opinion of NIL? There's a lot of good for you, money, choices, but also you probably have people bugging you all the time. Like, what's your take on it? You came in a different era, and you've only been here 2.5 years, and what do you think?
I think NIL brings a lot to the game. Obviously it gives people a chance to get paid for what they do. I think with that, though, you have to remember that you're also here to play basketball, and you can't let yourself get too caught up in like the money side. So I think as long as you can keep a good balance, like, it can be beneficial for both players and the university and like people who are wanting to partner with those players.
Yeah, I'd say too, for me, it's just important to do things that I'm passionate about, and to work with, I work with Special Olympics, and that's just something I've always been passionate about. So for me to go out and spend the extra time that, I'm not doing school or in basketball, being able to hang out with those people and those kids, and that's just something that I love to do. So, when you do have that free time, sometimes it does get a little hard and it gets a little stressful, having to navigate all these things. But I think as long as you stay grounded and just stick to what you're passionate about, then it's worth it.
This time of year where no pressure, no anything, just like to just improve yourselves as players, just what is one thing each of you is working on your own game to get better at?
Yeah, I think for me, kind of change the pace, change the speed. Obviously, players and coaches know me by now. Kind of a veteran now in the league, which is really weird. I don't like to think about that, upperclassmen now, but just working on that, change of speed, change of direction, especially with my foot and the confidence that I'm getting back from that.
Yeah, I would say definitely just improving my shot, especially from beyond the arc, like my 3-point percentage and just my 3-point shot, getting it pretty consistent.
What's your expectations as a team for this year?
I mean, last year we were set on the tournament, obviously improving in the Big Ten, but then we really wanted to get to the tournament. Obviously, it came short of that. So this year, I think that's just a big goal for us that we really, really want to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Good to go, guys? Awesome.
Thank you.
How many games you guys in?